Graphers. Today I want to talk about some of the changes that have been made. This episode will be about the tool changes. Three tools have been updated: the hand, the line, and the shape tool. And then two new tools, outline and touch-up, have been added. Let's talk about line real fast since that's the simplest. First off, there's the line thickness now. So you can now change the thickness of your line. So it's that simple, that easy. The hand tool has now import, and when you select the area, it goes to selected mode, and then you create your area. This is export clip. You can now export areas and then re-import them later. So you can go ahead and do that. Call that just X and save. You can go ahead and click import, and then there it is, right there. But it has a background. If we want to get rid of that, we can simply create our area again. Click selected mode, and then we have a pencil tool and a spill tool. This allows you to move area as you want. So say I can remove it, but it's single, it's a pencil. Or you can spill, remove whole areas like that. And then I create my area and export that. Call that X cleared. So now if I import, I have X cleared. And now the background is not there, you can see. So that's a cool feature for the hand tool. Next we'll talk about the shape tool. So before, the shape tool had a little submenu. Now if you double click a shape, you get this menu here, and you can change out the shape. If you have the old version, those shapes will be exported over, and they'll be renamed to shape 1 through how many shapes you had. They're a little jaggedy. You do get new shapes as well. You get the circle, equilateral triangle, the heart, right triangle, square, and star. They're much cleaner. The size, I believe, for these was 256 by 256. Before, there was a cap of 60 by 60. That's another thing too, is shapes now don't have a limit. I guess the limit's 999 by 999. You can make them as large as you want up to that point for better high resolution. And once you have your shape set, just click open, and it goes in that slot. If you create a shape, you can always push the add button, and it will prompt you to save that shape for later. So we can call this, shape X or something. And then I can go ahead and double click here and then go to shape X. And now you have that. If you look at the icon, it's very small. And in fact, I would suggest when making shapes to use your full area. So you always resize your area to match the shape size. So that covers the 3 old tool updates. Now let's talk about outline. Outline is very handy. It will let you outline a tool or outline an area. So it has to be click near where you want to outline, and as you see, it outlines it. It's not the most mathematically best tool, but it does its best. So whatever side you click on the top, bottom, right, or left, and it will go down the sides of it like that. Sticking that up there. Whoops. You can also click inside of it. I don't want to do that. So, kind of quickly outlines. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Quick outline. Not bad. You might notice there's a thickness check here. Let's go ahead and load another image real fast. Let's see, where's my circle at? Right here. So what this does, go ahead and pick let's do orange. We're going to go ahead and do an outline inside here. We'll do all 4 sides. You might notice right now that the insides on the edges, they're thicker. That's not normal. We don't want that. I don't want thick edges here. So let's go ahead and undo this. And we're going to click thickness check. What that will do is limit how thick it can get. So go ahead and do it again. Oops, got to click close. When you click, you have to be within 5 pixels of where you're clicking. If you notice, it's more unison throughout now. So that's what that does, but it can have weird behavior though. So I can find an example of that for you. You know what? I will just show you real fast what I mean. Just click a line like this. Actually, let's use a shape tool to create a square. And let's see. Go ahead and click the outline tool. We're going to use orange here. So if I do like this, I have thickness checked. You will notice it won't go past this point anymore. That's because it's checking and saying that's too thick. But if I get rid of that, it will now go all the way up. So keep that in mind. It's really good for edges like in circles and curved areas. When you're doing flat lines like this, you might want to uncheck it. And finally, we have the touch-up tool. This one's interesting. Let me go ahead and open a graph here that I was working on. Very nice looking graph. It's got some single pixels here. You can see it right there. There's one. There's a few right here. There's one right there. And a lot of times I'll look at my graphs at the end and they look good, and I skip over single pixels. What the Tetra Tool does is it removes single pixels. And it does this in one of two ways. Either it can double the line, make it thicker, or it completely removes it altogether. So if you use, you simply click and drag to cover the area you want and release. And you notice all the single pixels have been removed. So you can see how it does that. And sometimes it shifts things around, sometimes it removes things. Like this right here gets completely removed. So, and this right here gets doubled up. But it goes about it differently, just depending on the calculation it uses. So those are some of the changes we made so far. And I did add a, go here, there is a guide. Now it should open the web page here. My internet's a little slow, so and here you go. Got the web page. And it's you click on what you want to look at, and it talks about it and stuff. Now I did notice on sometimes when I open it, the page would be messed up because I had old CSS. Websites are really good about storing your old CSS. The problem is when there's changes to it, sometimes it gets messed up. So a lot of browsers have something called private view mode or incognito mode. If that's the case where your website's just completely messed up, go ahead and copy the website, go to your incognito mode, place it in there, and the website will be fixed. The incognito mode doesn't store any of the CSS or images or anything, so it's always re-downloaded. So you can go over here and look at the hand tool. It talks about selection, select the mode, importing and exporting. And there's also shortcut keys. A lot of tools have shortcut keys, so it's really helpful. So hope you guys like this update. Thank you. Close this out, and this too. And there you are.